our country. It has destroyed our rivers, poisoned our soil, and displaced communities. But beyond the visible scars on the land, Galamsey represents a deeper wound, a failure of collective responsibility. The fight against environmental degradation cannot be waged in silos. It demands a strong partnership between the executives, the legislature, the judiciary, the media, and civil society. Each arm of government and each institution must perform its constitutional role with integrity, accountability, and respect for the rule of law. When the media operates with responsibility, the judiciary with impartiality, and the executive with transparency, the foundation of our democracy remains firm and unshakable. Today, I salute journalists who risk their lives to expose corruptions, terrorism, and other criminal networks, those who defend the Republic by unveiling the shadows of those set against it. When the media and the security services act as partners in vigilance, rather than adversaries in suspicion, the nation sleeps more safely. Let the media continue to dig, not for gold, but for truth. And let them excavate the complicity, expose further the kingpins, and awaken our moral imagination as a people. Speeches must mean something beyond mere words. They must stir us to action. For if they do not move us, they serve no purpose. So I say to you this afternoon, let us leave this speech. Let it not end in mere applause, but in awakening. Let every newsroom become a sanctuary of truth, every camera a mirror of conscience, and every microphone a trumpet for peace. The task before the media is not an easy one, but the destiny of the nation has always rested on the courage of those who speak truth to power and hold the mirror steady, even when the reflection is painful. If we defend peace with our words and protect our rivers with our voices, then perhaps the next time we gather here, the Pra, Densu, or even Ankobra will be smiling again. And Ghana's children will laugh, not from the pits of the egg, but from the classroom of possibility.
Yada so ejiremu asante mantem na asante hene otumfo wo se tutu ye otosome no wo kasa na asem odi to dwa nyina ne se nansente wo hwe my Ghana ne ntwo so ne ntwa asam sania illegal mining Galamsey ne koso ha adwene papa asese yensa asesa so ne nsuansu ahodo agutu a essence wo besrem se aban ye te so ye NDC aban ne aban fofora eba won hwe so obetimi de wona esi fom se bememu na wo muntu ase.
This afternoon we had the privilege of listening to the president talking about how he holds the GJ in high esteem, he being a member himself, and also assuring you that during his time he would do everything possible to protect you. I know you have issues about harassment of journalists in Ghana, and also press freedom has gone low. He talked about it, and I believe strongly that you have the assurance also that you will be protected. Galamsey, for example, is an issue that is so dear to everybody's heart. We have to be very careful because it's destroying this country. It's becoming more of like a mafia situation where if we are not very careful, it's going to engulf all of us. And therefore, we have to take this issue very, very seriously. We joke about it, or we think it's not serious, but it is. And I was asking how many people would vote for a party or a government why we don't want to take a firm decision on these people. I've asked myself. Because it's politics, it's because of votes, nothing else. I can't see why we cannot take up this matter seriously unless we are all complicit. And it's not about employment, because we can get alternative employments for them. It's about a decisive decision, leadership, to be able to take this matter up. However, we can. My forefathers mined gold years ago, 400 years ago. All my gold that I were bequeathed to us are still there. They were not galamsey mining. We still have them. We never destroyed any water or anything. We never destroyed our forest. From the inception of my grand-uncle's 82 up to this time. They were mining gold. But water bodies were not destroyed. How come now, in this modern era of technology, education and everything, why are we doing this to ourselves? And governments are not able to take decisions because people say, if you do that, they wouldn't vote for you. Don't let them vote for you, but take a decision and then let's forget. And then we can save the environment, we save the people, we save our health. So I believe that. So we're here. The president gave a firm assurance, and I'll be following that to see how best we can all go take it up and then do it.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to the patron of the 29th edition of the GJA Awards, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II.
Yet to akasi boy so de ni chemu awansam foforo aso Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na wo hye Ghana fo nyina abose eye resetting Ghana agenda dwumede na oguso ode so ma fonti ministers ahodro nyina wo behwa ye dwumade sebe wo ye minister nyaade akwan bia so wotina ofia na se office ahye kotu akese team pampa wanu bia na se committee meeting obe wadwen se wo kobie sanse wo kire se resetting Ghana agenda na wo ka ho asem wo ye e de ama obibia emre mu de amane bo ayensa kane se wo so afọ ya wo show my Ghana sika sam so nyame ya adoma enche ya wada November bosmenom ne de to so dumiensa wa afimu wode nani bechem wo my Ghana mra hye bedofie na afem wode wo my Ghana budget ye twade ato honom de amayem e wo 2026 monom e de akwa akoto dwa na se ne minister di ka sha ase a wo ye nom wode nani chem atoye mantam ne wo ko no se ase na sa bede bibiara record nti wo hye project ahodro bi a wo mo sha ase se wo mo ye ne sebiom empanifo atwe wo mo ni a wo mo nye krado se wo mo ye ba ko edi mu ntintimai pa ye tadi market circle project ne de wo kire se wo mo twa kire ne ache papa ba se mfihia miensanim ana se obi eyi nani obi anye krado se ne etie bia wo betimi atoa so na no na Dr. Keziela to ba force wo kasa en wo kire se wedie bia na amanfo nhye da anim wo do site wonom se ne wo hye amanfo nyina abose senior project ne sitie ne Ghana ban eda na koma puno so ntide bia da no abedwekoko nhyiemu se ya na wo makasa nti project no ye ne se ne wo se nyame ya ado obehwe eso obetimi ewie se ne be ya enipa mpempem wo ye dwadifo ne abusua nyina wo mo nsa betimi akwa wo mo ano Dr. Keziela to ba force nto aso kire se sa project kese we ya wo mo ye watoye mantam eya ahyensode kese pa ne se atoye mantam ebe wo mo sika sam ntotoye fapem se ya ebetimi ejina naso minister se nyame ya adoma enche she besef afefufo aye kosimu diem na contractor ne eba site se ne be ya empanifo betimi ahyase atoato adwene no matimi ewiem wo se na anu ada na MPP aban te so na aban ne kire so se ne Ghana esika sam hyeda nko ne ye ntino wono kire se ne ode heka adwumedie aba eye kada ada adwumedie nti ayere so ane se yesi afefufo mu de na wo mu awie nti eba ne se contractor no ebetimi akokwan so akwakowie project kese we ede ama adehye mu atoye mantam na se ne mpanifo di kan de atodwa no yesi ntosuo nko anantinti wo kono wono na afeso deputy finance minister Thomas Nyakwampem saso na atoye mantam so afo Yewra Joseph Nelson afe MC ewo secondary takrade mensim honom Festinus Feidu en wo koya wakohwe kwan ya dwumedie ne guso a ekoso a wo hwe so obetimi aboa na dwedie ho nsem etimi afa ne tuma pefram ewo atoye mantam. Afe ye pem so e de ni kyerem wansam foforo eso na wosofa be de kyerɛ wɔhwɛ bambo mu nsɛm wɔ my Ghana mu ɛyɛ broja jemfi wakasa wo kyerɛ sɛ nansentem Ghana fo atia wode wani kyerem wɔ Togo man no ma hwrenhwre ye kɛse pa atweneti na sɛnea Ghana ni Togo asɛ ye hye ne ketua bi nti no anhwɛ yɛ amanfo adwen dodo na kyerɛ sɛ ebia na Togo fo no ewrem wɔ Ghana nti ministry ne na wɔ mu ntonko sanse woguso a wɔyɛ hyehyɛ ano wɔden sɛnea bɛyɛ a saa hwrenhwre na atweneti wɔ Togo man no entimi wa my Ghana mu afi wato so ya wo kire se wo manfo asebi wo mfi Togo refugees ebe piem wa my Ghana mu center kese ya hono ma waye ade amasafo nyina.
Mr. Speaker, the recent situation in Togo, if escalated, poses potential security, social and economic risk to Ghana, including refugee inflows, cross-border crimes and other destabilizing effects. The Ministry of Defense, working closely with other security and intelligence agencies, has therefore adopted a comprehensive contingency framework to preempt and respond to any adverse effects of this risk. This framework, I must emphasize, is preventive, proactive, and multidimensional in nature and seeks to uphold the peace and security of our dear nation. Mr. Speaker, in furtherance to this objective, the Ghana Armed Forces, in collaboration with other security and intelligence agencies, has taken the following measures. Securing the eastern frontier. In addition to existing security arrangements along the Ghana-Togo border, joint patrols have been intensified, particularly along porous and unapproved routes to deter infiltration, prevent territorial encroachment, and assure the Ghanaian public of their safety. On humanitarian preparedness and civil military cooperation, the ministry intends to pre-position humanitarian logistics at designated reception centers such as Aflao, Denu, Petoi, to manage potential refugee inflows. Additionally, the Ghana Armed Forces coordination teams will work with NADMO and the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, as well as other partners, to ensure that displaced persons are registered, screened, and cared for in accordance with humanitarian standards. This process, besides providing care and assistance, would further help to identify, prevent, and arrest potential troublemakers. Mr. Speaker, the ministry has issued firm but measured instructions to our troops to exercise maximum restraint and engage only in the event of a direct and imminent threat.
Oswafo ya wohwe dwedie ho nsɛm so wɔ my Ghana mu Elizabeth Ofosajare na nei abeto dwasɛm waya amamrene amane board of directors awokosom ɛwɔ Ghana National Procurement Agency wapa ho ntom wagina so ɛde afoto ano ɔden akwamo.
I charge you first to set strong governance, approve a board charter, constitute audit/risk strategy, HR committees, enforce conflict of interest rules and discourse, align to sector priorities, adopt a GNPA strategy that supports industrialization, agribusiness value chains, SEZs, exports, and then the 24-hour economy. Deliver value for money, please. Use demand aggregation and framework agreements, run transparent tenders, publish a simple price reference for key commodities, strengthen operations, build buffer stock capacity where justified, improve warehousing, logistics, and last mile distribution, rate supplier performance, support local industry. As a Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, it is our responsibility to promote Made in Ghana, help it to thrive, because even as we pay attention to agribusiness, it means that we are going to add value to our raw materials, and we expect this board to ensure that same is done seamlessly. Use data and digital tools. Integrate with e-procurement where applicable. Track savings, cycle time, stock levels, and local content share. Please report quarterly. Coordinate effectively. Comply with PPA regulations. Work with Ministry of Finance, Controller, Auditor General. Always remember that your mother is the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry.
Procurement, as we all know, is central to the effective and ethical functioning of public institutions. We must therefore conduct our duties with fairness, prudence, and unwavering sense of responsibility to the nation we serve. Together with my fellow board members, I pledge to promote teamwork, professionalism, and sound governance practices that support the ministry's vision, especially in connection with the Act 663 and the President's vision of the 24-hour economy as enumerated by the Honorable Minister just now. We shall strive to build trust, ensure value for money, and set a standard of service that honors both the public interest, and the trust placed in us. As we embark on this journey, I'm guided by the belief that stewardship and true service is measured not by position, but by the impact and the influence it will have on the citizenry.
Bedroom Nkasa ho dwumedie kese akoso nkramantem namsom Emma Ghana Maritime Authority na Ghana Navy for asoya wo mo hwa akobedie ho nsem so no UK office wo mo nyina ato adwena afa no bambo mo nsem wo betimi aye ewo yensuo so.
What hydrography basically does is to chart the sea, and by charting you want to know the depth of the sea, the wrecks that are around, the stones, and anything that will have to do with maritime obstruction, so that whilst you are planning your passage, you don't plan it over a wreck. So that is basically the use of hydrography. The hydrography will tell you the landmarks that are actually close to the sea. So if, for instance, you want to know an area like the Niger Delta region, where the creeks are, this will be shown on the map, and you'll be able to actually determine. And I'm pleased to let you know that our colleagues across in Nigeria, they have that capability now. They have survey ships, 2 of them, and they are able to survey their waters. They are able to produce charts. And these days, when we even want charts, we don't go back to the Admiralty, or we go to Nigeria, because they produce them at a much lower cost. Yeah, I know how to swim, but if I'm in the maritime environment, for safety, it is appropriate that you wear a life jacket, because that is what may save your life.
The Ghana Maritime Authority is the lead agency for hydrography in Ghana. So, which means that at the international level, everybody that deals with the country deals with the Ghana Maritime Authority. And we look beyond defense, and we look into many other things. And that is why it is important for us as a country to build our hydrographic capacity. The board of the Ghana Maritime Authority and the Minister for Transport has been encouraging and looking for a path where we can be able to centralize our hydrographic effort and be able to drive common hydrographic products in the interest of the country.
As maritime nations, Ghana and United Kingdom understand that our prosperity, our security, and indeed our sustainable future are deeply connected to the sea. For Ghana, the ports of Tema and Takoradi are lifelines, gateways for trade, growth and opportunity. They are essential to the economy, enabling the import and export of goods that support the livelihoods across the country and further into the Sahel. For maritime trade to be safe and efficient, we must understand what lies beneath the surface. Poor or outdated hydrographic data can lead to inefficiencies, delays, higher insurance premiums, and increased costs for businesses and consumers alike. In short, it can hold back the very growth they're all striving and working to achieve.
Ebusia ye kwa man so na ye ne yensencho ne Philip Atanga kwa akodi enkomo na watwe mu ensama kese pa Trinity Court dem na ne edi kan pa ye behwe ene sa lawyer for ya wo gina e dia ma dwemtineni e wo MPP amanyokodi mu asante mantem mo kire se wo mu ni nyina adani a aban lawyer ni pani esi gina e bia wo se wo mbo njo so kra fourth accused yesisi atena nchen na ye prosecution witness edema omaino Philip akwa abawie
Yemia
apombo kode
Yamia domboko
yo ma yansha na watwe mu yansha se feature ma wontumi nsem ne den pote ne koso e wo court there
yo yenim feature ma wontumi ye di na asem e wa Accra High Court ne nsem ne yeminu na emu baako a omu ye nipa num a ye de ko edu abo mo me ka che ma wontumi the company akonta mining ene ni general manager Edward Akwako ene mema nyinu council e mema nyinu no Sam record before they say Omwijania for Eguswa Air na Attorney General I didn't cut Abetu just say a year Edward Akwako no yinipa enaya or Toswa Eduque Duabono. Say Tanon in ring, Kwaye Muho, Makuchi train Yaqua Galamsi or no Quedua Diabon na a year Edward Akwako. Attorney General say Assembly na air costume, who you may free assembly. Adenya rana jia tumu se obedansi nyama kwedu bofo no na no na no na da ikopi mu wo court a ne yekodi sa asem no na ye bokni chema wontumi lawyer eye ura andia akubi ne bisa ne se asem abeto dwa no oje ne sen eno se attorney general ne ya woda ne di ne che se kwan bi no person ototo atenten ne ase
okay
isansi yi se oya ban lawyer penini si nchen a osan so yeso afọ no hwe attention na so nta bibia na ni ye bia na na mutu bia no e wo se attention ni edi anim na e ba ne sen e na nipa dodo a kwadubofo ne betumi enye omamama akogine mu aye adansefo amomo no agi nipa odi kwadu abo no e na obetwa ne ho aka se omra no mbedi adanse entia eye chema wontumi na omo hwa asem na omo de omu hu ne se bibi na e koso nso omo de hu bia enye omu hu na sada na nke wo se asem ni no toa so nso na otimuafo ote asem no so ye otimuafo rubi ayiti nyane ntie se okogina ho me kakra nti court na hye nyame ya adoma 4th December na omonsan embra court me ko ne toa so mi
Philip Anyabotre ansa Nyabotre ye friend say yo general manager no wonu an de ne ho call ya da say aban lawyer ni pani na esre ne say wonu megine mu ni da say ema oman no
yo semi tremwa nkata na ebetu odwa no anka nipa okọ enimu ana se nipa okọ forward say ban lawyer penyin na call ya na say owura na ba say obeye dance ni nso uhwa Ghana mremu asa de ni tumi adwuma se ye de kwa du bo obi na se nipa no e bi aban lawyer penyin ne ka say ye hwa charges na ye dia atomo so na ye be pese wo be di adanse se wuji tumu a Attorney General no ho kwan ma na ma no kwan se oyi wo free asem no na ekogine mu na ye dance ni ma no enti no nkata na ebetu odwa no enchire mu se we na call ya na se we na call enti ni enim se waje atumu se obedi adanse eti a chema wontu
okay afi my young next story na so
you next story no ye rabe bia ye friend no gift chinyere aminu oye alateni a wenya 35 years ono ena sa me yatwe na begina Accra Circuit Court na kwadu a ye de abona ne say ono de nipa hu dwan wodi ne ka human trafficking ninkrata e da court ne nim che say oboabo amaiwa no fi Nigeria no de bi ko Togo no de bi aba Ghana na sɛbɛsɛbi dwuma ɔde ɔmo yɛ ne sɛ ɔmo bututu na ɔgye sika egu ne bɔtɔm na ano abɛpie Ghana ha ɔde Nigeria foɔ mmaayewa ne mmienu edi sɛ adwuma no ɛna ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɔkasa kɔ na kɔyɛ na wankɔyɛ a ne deɛ borɔ ɛna wɔbɛbɔ na ɛnyɛ ɔno nko ne nipa mmienu na edi sɛ adwuma no na nipa mmienu no baako din de Jennifer ɛna baako di Blessing ɔmo so ɔmo adwane eti ɔmo yɛ atwe na abɛgyina court esan sɛ mmaayewa mmienu na ɔne ɔmo yɛ saa no ɔmo ni ngye ho ɛna ɔmo yi Nigeria ni aberanteɛ bi asutire ɛna yɛde kɔda Kameshi apolisifoɔ ɛna ɔmo de asɛm na akɔ PCI headquarters ɛna yɛatwe awuraba na abɛgyina court na ano ɔbaa court na ɔni lawyer yɛsan toto na no sɛ kwadu a yɛde abɔ no no ɔdi ho fɔ no ɔsi ɔni ho fɔ ɛma otimuafoɔ a ɔtena egye mu Susan Edufo ɛhyɛ sɛ yɛnsa mfa ne nkwa apolisifoɔ mfa ɔmo ɛmfa no nkɔhyɛ ɔmo akakye na nyame yɛ adoma 19th yɛmfa ne mmra ɛna ɔkakye ewura ne sɛ ewura no ɛnkɔpɛ lawyer sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a the next agenda date na ne lawyer atumi aba abɛgyina mu ama no otimuafoɔ no ka to aso sɛ ɔhwɛ nsɛm na kwadubɔfoɔ no de abɛto court n'anim a ɔmo ewura no bail a anhwɛ a na yɛ mmerɛ so na wɔsi yɛdi n'asɛm a ɛnyɛ ade ɔbɛbɛ nti no ɔmma ne bail.
Okay, na mmaayewa no ɔmo nya mfie bɛyɛ sɛn
nea wɔn mu ne sɛ kwadubɔfoɔ no nkrataa a ɛda court n'anim no na ɔmo mmaayewa no ɔmo age ɛnni nkrataa no so.
Yo yɛda ase awie paa ne wama ne bɔ. Okay, nti yɛnua ba Philip Atanga ma ne bɔ ne yɛkɔ yɛkɔtie yɛgyina wɔ so ne yɛtwa ho sima yɛba nsɛm aka bɛto aso nkɔ baabi a
Prem to break us ye boy ɛyɛ Ecobank adaroma ɛna waso yɛsene ama yɛde brɛw. breaker see a boy. Eye Echo Bank Adaroma. And waso yasne ama yede bro.
Yes, I'm nyina kwaba bi mede baie kase abopono so afa ye pemso e de ani akyeremu e wonsamfo fromo Ghana Police Service and pennyform e de nkrata tintin bi epie emontene so na wedie eye tema Regional Police Command no e na wobo amane a wo kyeso ma hyase ya wo mo ye nhwehwemu se nipa bonfo bi a wo mo tutuo na wo kum papa wanya mfihia eduosia nwotwe 68 years bra na wo mo bokro no e wo bia ya ye no nsa ene tema community 9 cemetery no edi nhwene mu wo mo gusu a wo hwese e betimi akyesafo no nyina saa arehosem we si November bosome no ne de toso nso e wo afemu saa da no na ayefiada aposifo kyerese enhwehwemu edi kan wo mo se papa na yabo ne tu a we fremu no na woni afoforo bi ena ti bebie no nsa wo mo te hono mo ane se emranti akentena wan be se ensia wo mo te fidie tetafo ebiso motorbikes mienu so na wo mu do ye no ena mienu si fom bebia papa eti a wo no ne nsa ni mobile phone eda table no so ba kokọ ya wokoyiye ti papa ne ye na adwen se opese wo je ne mobile phone ene se ba ko pagya tuo hwe papa iso dima yaw dima kum wo mu wie ye no ena sebe wo munye memma nti wo mu de nkruma fa ona ase asatro wo mu adwane ye na wo manfo wo mpesua no so bra to renche we si ye kire se wo de papa ekopie mu ewo tema General Hospital na so ye du honom no ba mo wu ani timu onwono e de na paka akofanda da sa ne nsemu a na doctor for wo de etudwa aposifo kire se bra wo mu kopie mu wo bia ya akwanhia dindin si na kire se wo mu hutu aboba se edafo ma ebremu de wode kosa evidence enipa woni kootwe wi si ahwene santem adache ebe yemfote mfaso honom nti ye ne wo nyina di nkomo se ne aposi force no e mo magye atum so mbeboa e ma hwehwe ma patimi akosom yen tema Regional Police Command no ya hyase a ye nhwehwemu fe kokora kosi yase na etwutwurafo na wo mu di se amensem atisa no yetimi akyewom afei se ne yegusu a ye yedwuma nti enam se wonye Ghana ne dihye na waye UK ni abranti anase papa nti yegusu a yebo ehomode se ye ni UK embassy bedi nsawoso na yaka atrom se wo mode hye obepiem wo my Ghana mo no sabio oye ne sem ene atorenchem sem kese sei ena atono yen aposifo ka atrom manfo nyina se enipa bonfo ya wodi se tutwa sem weni atie bia behwe se nhwehwemu esi ase betimi aye adwuma na atan etene so etimi abaso sansem we nyina pani kwankyerefo ya wodan kitahodia no e de ma aposifo e wo tema Regional Police Command and ASP Dede Jakpasu ena ne nsa hyase a wode esum Ghana fo nyina na yada so agine mo Ghana nsensem se ne sitie nsuo to kakra bi fefe kura sabi teaspoon kura no na Ghana montene so eyiri nam so Emma Chief Imam Kiseman Zongo Mosque no yewura Imam Kazari Tamun ene wo kasa srempenifo se ha adwene pa nsuo to a wose mpotem hono mo de omanfo dodo na tasu ni nyina se nsuo to ani na eho eyirim wose na anu ada na wo bu nkonta no nsamso bi ohono sansamso no ene connect Christian village eho Kiseman se akade na ase ebuntu obetre mpenifo se nhihye bi obeya wo betimi esiesi wo monye sansa atama ene ehie
nsuo na eha no ye nyama ina ase every time say nsuo tope ye be sesa nyama ndekura nsuo ni to kakra we ni ye gina ho a ye twen say ye be ready na ye say pi na say ye nyama nti ye panu cho say on to me ye gota no ina po say on be peja bleach no on biem say de be say bibi ba mu a ebetima akọ say nyama be choku ho nti after choking na nsuo no ba ye ho na eba ekire ebe wura mu ye nyina bibi a ye da kura ba wurum ye nyimi na ina se nema no ina ase nti e panocho we no ye ni agi but ye pe energy kesi no na ye gota inshallah ye ya hanu ye ntumi hu de wo ye ekire but ye ha de ye ni nema bi a ye de gugu gota no because say nsuo no koye hu e ha ye mpinu kura se bibi bekom but yet you want to show you oben say bibi kesi age etwe kura ba yentumi hu ifa na efri
empumtu ne ade a wo be ya e beta the masses enye individually enti no kakra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Oh yeah, net na femu de no. Na yeso a ye wo a feminist mamofo no. Ye be ya femu de. So we imam how kese a or elaborate e wo ha. E bridge a wasi. Em se complaints no ache over 10 years ni. Bridge no asie no baby a ensuo no efa kono. Eswa. Enti se ensuo no ba mo se eba na efi people no so eba na etwi ndua enti etwi dua kese bi be block we na no because the sun is here ensuo no yiri eba na chi na eyiri ba na chi a enye kra sa wo ba ha na wo mrewafo no kokrafo a anajo ne eso aso ankrofo fi nsuo mu enti we die me di enet Dramani Mahama 10 months anniversary celebration ya me di abie bohoi me swear the Minister for Housing, Honorable Kennedy, and Honorable Abuja. Someone tramunim embrow kind queen of.
What we have also commissioned early on, I do tell the people that we should be able to covet the maintenance culture so that at the end of the day, our MP and our leaders who are helping us with this project, they'll be very happy to do it. We don't want to say that in 6 months' time, in a year's time or 2 years' time, they will come and the thing is in a deplorable stage, but rather they will come and they will realize that their handiwork is there to prove for it. And I will make sure that what we do is that we set up a committee to handle the running of the borehole, how the place will be cleaned, how it will be regulated as far as the people coming to fetch water is concerned. We will do our possible best to make sure that we make our MP and the government of the day proud.
Yet to akase boy esumpenifo ne ka wasem se wiase mo mani tumpon dia na gina desua papa so ebremu de Ghana Publishers Association for ne kasa che Ghana bani anim de force for best pass Ghana si eba be si gina ya ye hia ne won krata so data policy a ebetimi abo man kanko animpuntuo.
When visionary policy meets creative ambition, publishing becomes a force that can shape the soul of a nation and position it boldly on the global stage. Publishing is more than an industry. It's a cultural compass, a developmental engine, and a mirror of our identity. It preserves our stories, educates our youth, and amplifies the voices of our people. In Ghana, publishing has quietly nurtured civic consciousness, promoted literacy, and safeguarded our heritage. But quiet engines deserves louder recognition. Despite its contributions, our sector remains under-recognized, under-resourced, and under-leveraged. This, Chairman, I believe, must change. Policy is the architecture of possibilities. It defines the rules, allocates resources, and sets the tone for national priorities. When policy aligns with vision, it becomes a catalyst, accelerating innovation, inclusion, and impact. As a country, stakeholders, I believe it is now time for us to champion policies that will prioritize Ghanaian content in educational curricula, ensuring our children learn from stories rooted in our values and realities, including the use of Ghanaian languages as the foundation of learning.
Na yampem so yamfe ni nchemu ansefo for so kwanche for penny ya wo hwetwe e Security and Exchange Commission e James Cluche wo kasa ache woni investors ne Ghana for nyina so omguso a wo ye hwehwe se ne be ya woni ye investors e ba se wode osika be hwe dware mu no wo mbetimi enya so mfaso.
Your presence here this morning is a clear demonstration of your commitment to understanding how the capital market can serve as a catalyst for your personal growth, business expansion, and national economic development. On behalf of the Commission, I express our sincere gratitude to all of you, and especially to our collaborating institutions the Eastern Regional Coordinating Council, the Bank of Ghana, the National Pension Regulatory Authority, National Insurance Commission, and the Ghana Stock Exchange for standing with us in advancing financial sector development in Ghana.
The securities market is a market where financial instruments like stocks, bonds, and derivatives are bought and sold. The SEC is a pillar and the main regulator of the securities market. Its role of protecting investors, ensuring market integrity, and facilitating responsible capital formation are interconnected and essential to economic prosperity.
This demonstrates how committed the Commission is to ensuring that every Ghanaian has access to financial knowledge. Our region, known for its hard-working people, our rich cultural heritage, and our growing economic potential, understand that financial literacy is more than just a tool. It is a key driver of wealth creation, inclusive development, and national progress.
Ma yampem so ne yemfa ye ni nkyerem wo mfimfim mantamo mahene ewo new dentra eyo therefore bo amponsam ye otoso na wasre na nanu matena nkonwa se wo monkamum se ne be yampuntu mapa ebetimi atweniti wo mpesua no so.
Sorry. Not the promise of God now. I've been therefore, Obama will be here. And Nunti Yebenya bread, ya youth forum. Na Obi Biara, Bibi Hamu, with to me, and your mother two or therefore, any. Yes, sir, some nothing, I would move out. Near the Akoye, Jopa, and Nunti not the American, so therefore, back now. Obedi Sam, yet the new mother walk yet the lawyer for one him as a sam ebegua any manso the better lawyer for ekimnia kama accident asasi so mano or therefore at the normal babegua claim na obia knase as sumjim Yadamunasi, Mudi or Dog, Abatai or therefore one with more tussle and 980.
Yet to akasi boy so de ni chem wo my Ghana mrahye bedufia bedweko ya ohwedwe de mfidi dwuma ene akwansa ho sem so abeto dwa se na no yawada wo mo kosra Ghana link officer no wo East Legon won kramatemo wo mo hwe se ne be ya dwumadie anase nkitan de kese da parliament ene edwumeko kese ntem no ebetimi enyini ejina naso.
I believe my chairman has said it all. This is the biggest trade facilitation company in Ghana. I mean, nobody can doubt their strength in business and what they have achieved over the period. What we have seen today has also helped us build our capacity to be able to understand what they do and their operations. I guess it's going to help us. Me as a person, I've taken a lot from here, and my chairman didn't say it, but then I would like to make a statement to eulogize the owner of the business and the business on the floor of Parliament. And so it's something that I want to work on. What is more, this is a company that we have to support to become a multinational company, bigger than what they are even doing now. I guess that is exactly what we want to champion.
As you are aware, this is a company that handles the platform that customs uses for both import and export in this country. The integrated customs management system is the one system that allows an end-to-end clearance of goods in this country. And we've been in operation, we went live, that was in June 2020, and we've been in operation till now. It's the only company that helps, and today you would know that the revenues, as far as customs revenue is concerned, has gone up exponentially. We are able to help reduce the cost of doing business in this country. Transshipments in terms of goods that move from Ghana to Burkina Faso to Mali to all those places. It is our system that is being used. We have e-tracking systems, scanners, placed advantage points within the ecosystem, border trade ecosystem that is being used to deal with these things. And of course, the members of parliament, that is the chairman of the committee and ranking, have said it all. I cannot blow my own horn. You've heard what they have said, what we do, and how the committee hopes to help us to be able to move beyond the shores of this country. Well, when it comes to future upgrades that we are doing, currently we are building a tier 4 data center in this country, one of the best across the world, that will give you a lot of redundancy, that when it comes to data, we'll be able to hold data in this country. We are properly certified by the Data Protection Commission, because you know that all the information that we're using is a web-based system. It is data that people are putting in, moving it from one end to another, and we are hoping that in some few weeks this new data center will come live and the system will even be better than it is today.
Ebusia ye jina wesu na kasi ya boa no semofo jina ntinte wasem ye DC na me patwa seda PSC nkoma EcoBank mpanifo se wo boy chi edom wo atade ya eye TMC Fashion Center. TMC Fashion Center for ne to oboase dwudwa me style se ya efenti opebidia ama saman abiase no wa mapamne kama ediama medin ene gargantuan lady ohene wa kase boa hene yadom nyina ase ama mo ne hwe ewie.